Should I do another intro? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I wanted to do this springy look for you to kind of push us into the season, because here in Boston it doesn't really feel like spring yet. It's stopped feeling like winter, so that's good enough for me right now. But I just wanted to share this look with you, so if you want to learn how to get it, keep watching.
Alright, so before we get started, I'm just going to tie up my hair with these amazing clips that my mom got for me from her hairstylist. And then off camera, I already applied my Delaram Decongesting Hydrating Eye Gel and my Aveda Botanical Kinetics Lotion. And then I'm just going to take some EOS chapstick and moisturize those lips. And then as always, the Urban Decay Prep Spray. And then I'm using Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC to prep the eyelids and the eyebrows before I go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in medium brown. I like to take an angle brush after I brush my eyebrows, and I just like to make short little hair strokes with only a little bit of product just to enhance my natural brows. And then I'm just going to brush out my brows before I take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in soft brown to create little hairs towards the front of my brows. This is just going to make them look a lot more natural. And then I'm going to take my NYX Wonder Pencil and clean up underneath the eyebrows. And then I'm going to take this shade Bone from Anastasia Beverly Hills Single Shadows with a large flat brush and just set my eye primer before we go in with a blending brush and our transition shade Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek Cosmetics. And then I'm going to take my Sigma E25 blending brush and the shade Poppy from Makeup Geek Cosmetics, and I'm just going to focus this in my crease. I do switch back and forth between this brush and the original blending brush just to make sure that the color is evenly distributed and blended exactly where I want it. I'm just going to continue to pack on the shade Poppy until I'm happy with the color. And then I'm going to take Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue. I'm going to be using a pressed pigment by ColourPop Cosmetics today in the shade Animal. So it doesn't necessarily need a glitter adhesive, but I do find that the color is a lot more vibrant when I do use one. So then I'm just taking any flat eyeshadow brush, this one is MAC, and I'm just popping it directly on the lid. And then I'm going to go back in with that Sigma E25 blending brush in the shade Poppy and just deepen up the crease. I do go back and forth with this brush and my blending brush to really make sure that everything is smooth. I also end up taking this blending brush and just going all over the outer corner of the lids. So then I'm curling my lashes and just putting on a layer of mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Falsies Volume Express. My camera got too hot and cut out, so I had to finish my mascara and apply falsies off camera. I used the House of Lashes Siren Lashes. And then as always, I'm taking my Too Faced Hangover X and prepping my skin. And then I'm taking my new Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer and focusing this in my T-zone. And then I'm going to take my NARS Tinted Moisturizer in Alaska And I'm just gonna put this all over my skin. Yes, I did just smell the back of my hand, but that's because it actually smells so amazing. So after I kind of put this all over the place, I'm gonna take a Sigma flat kabuki brush just to blend it all together. I do like to press it into my skin, but there are certain areas like my neck and temples that I do kind of like smooth it over as opposed to pushing it in. And then I'm going to take my Morphe G30 brush and the shade Cinnamon from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm going to put this in the hollows of my cheeks and around my temple and hairline. And then I'm going to take Naked Skin Concealer and put this underneath my eyes before I blend everything out. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender and use the thinner side to blend out the concealer that I put in my T-zone and underneath my eyes. And I'm going to lightly blend out the shade Cinnamon everywhere. And then I'm taking the shade Vanilla from the Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Palette with a Real Techniques setting brush. And I'm just gonna set that concealer and my T-zone with it. And then I'm taking the shade Harmony from MAC. This is actually a blush, but I use it as a light contour shade. And I'm just gonna use it to blend out the cream contour before I go in with a baked bronzer from Milani. This is the shade Soleil, and it's just gonna give me some golden glow. And then I'm gonna take one of my favorite highlighters. This is from Baby Doll Beauty, and it is J-Glow. This is such a golden highlight. I love it so, so much, and it's gonna be so perfect for spring and summer. And I'm just putting this on the tops of my cheeks, a little bit on my nose, and in my inner corners to really highlight those areas. And I'm going to take that same highlight and put it underneath my brow. I put a lot on, so I just ended up having to blend it out. And then I'm taking my Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso and my Morphe G4 Angle Brush, and I'm putting this on the apples of my cheeks and blending it into my contour and highlight. And then I'm taking a stippling brush. This one is from MAC, and I'm just blending everything together so that it's super even. And then as always, I'm taking my tinted brow gel in Chocolate from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm setting my brows. And then I'm going to take my Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray and spray everything before I do my lips. I'm gonna line them with Oak from MAC Cosmetics. And then I'm gonna take the lippy pencil from ColourPop Cosmetics in the shade Cake, and I'm gonna put this in the center and then blend it out again with the Oak pencil. And then I'm taking Anastasia Beverly Hills Candy Coral Lip Gloss and putting this all over the lips before I blend it again with the Oak lip liner. And then I'm going to take down my hair and dance for you because this is it for this look.
Alright, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and keep in touch with me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Everything is Jade Garcia Makeup, except for Twitter, it's J Garcia Makeup. I'll put all those links at the end of the video. and have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.